Good morning, everyone. Pete Pardo here from Sea of Tranquility. Welcome to another edition of Dream Setlist. This is the show that we're doing every day throughout the month of March, picking out favorite bands and putting together a dream setlist. The setlist that we would love to see, a bunch of songs that maybe they never played together live or never played together at all, or playing full albums, or putting together a mythical set in a venue that they've never played or that you'd love to see them in an era that you missed with any specific lineup that the band might have had. We're talking about bands that were around for a while, so we can be a little creative here. And I'm actually going to be pretty creative here today as well. So we're talking about Led Zeppelin, of course, a band that I never saw. One of the very few big bands that I love that I never got to see. Okay. Was gonna go, actually. So that's kind of the basis of my dream set list here. So if we go back in time, right? So Led Zeppelin released Into the Outdoor at the end of the 70s, right? The album did really well. That was actually the second Led Zeppelin, maybe the third Led Zeppelin album, maybe the fourth. Jeez, I'm trying to think now. Actually, no. I had, when that came out, I had actually already picked up the first four. I already had those. Then Into the Outdoor came out. Then I went and backtracked and got the rest. But, I was already getting into the band big time by then, by 1979, 13 years old. And, Into the Outdoor came out. I kind of liked it, right? I didn't like it as much as the other ones that I had heard. But I was, again, I was just getting to the point of probably getting ready to go to see concerts, right? And my dad was finally starting to say, all right, well, if there's something you really want to go to, I will consider taking you, right? Or bringing you, that sort of thing. Because, again, I was only 13 years old, 1980, 14 years old, when Zeppelin announced, that they were going to tour, right? So that was the thing, they were going to play a handful of dates at the tail end of 1980 in the fall, and then they were going to, there was talk of these open-air shows in the summer of 81. So at the time, right before Bonham had passed away, there was the talk of the band playing a gig in summer of 1981 at JFK Stadium in Philadelphia, Pennsylvania. Which, not like it's that close to me, but it's doable. A couple-hour drive, right? So, my friends and I were all excited, talking to our parents, Led Zeppelin, never got to see them, don't know how long they're going to be around, big, huge show, JFK Stadium, 50-plus thousand people, excitement, and then Bonham died. And then that was that. Everything was scrapped. So, I just remember, the loss of Bonham, and then the not being able to go see them when when you're a kid like that, you get your hopes set up, right? And first big concert, yeah, Led Zeppelin, and then phew, that's not happening, right? So my dream set list is, what if Bonham did not die, and the band went ahead and played all of those fall dates in 80, and then played in South America and Europe, and then back here in the States in the summer of 1981, and actually played that big open-air stadium show at JFK Stadium in Philly, Pennsylvania. Philadelphia. So here is my set list. It's a long one, right? So this we're talking 2.5, 3 hour set here probably, including some solos and things like that. But the songs that I wanted to hear, in the order that I want to hear them for this show, is we're going to start it off with Black Dog from, of course, the fourth album, right? Then we're going to move into the Immigrant Song from the third album. Then we're going to move into the wonderful Song Remains the Same. What a magical track that is. You got to have that in the set list. It's just so lively and fun. From there, we're going to do a couple from Physical Graffiti. We're going to go to Trampled Underfoot. And then to my favorite Led Zeppelin song of all time, The Rover. So we're going to have a 1-2 punch from Physical Graffiti. Then we're going to move, we're going to move to the new album at the time, right? Into the Outdoor. I'm going to go to In the Evening. Love In the Evening. Great song. It seems perfect for the live stage. From there, we're going to go back one album to Presence, and for Achilles' Last Stand. Okay. Then we're going to go back to Physical Graffiti one more time for In the Light. think In the Light would be a really cool song to play because I figure it's not that far into the set list. If the band goes on, let's see, they're playing about a 3-hour set. They're probably going to go on roughly about 8 o'clock. So here in the Northeast, might still have a little bit of light left if it's in June, right? So the sun is basically just coming down. It's just starting to get dark right about that time. So, the lights, they turn the lights on in the stadium. They sing that song. It's a very uplifting song. Might be kind of cool, right? So then from there, we're going to go, now the darkness is settled in. We're going to go to a nice, slow, bluesy tune for Since I've Been Loving You. From there, we're going to go, and that's from the third album. From there, we're going to go to Sick Again, another track from Physical Graffiti. Good, bluesy, hard rocker. Then we're going to go all the way back to the second album for a little Bring It On Home. Here we're going to have some solos and things, right? A little Page solo, right, from that song. Maybe a little Bonham solo, okay? And then we're going to go back to Presents for Nobody's Fault But Mine, kick it up a notch, Fast and Furious. Then we're going to go dip back to the wonderful Houses of the Holy era, right, for Over the Hills and Far Away. Okay, we're going to go then to No Quarter. Love No Quarter. Again, that No Quarter is perfect for later in the set because it's nice and dark out. Bring out the dry ice, the smoke machines, and all that kind of stuff, and the keyboards from John Paul Jones, the extended solo from Page. Really, really good stuff. Then we're gonna go once again back to Physical Graffiti for Houses of the Holy. Okay, another fun track. And then we're gonna move over to Celebration Day from the third album, Led Zeppelin 3. Then, of course, you got to bring out, of course, late in the set, you got to bring out all the big mammoth pieces, right? You got to bring out Kashmir, right? Kashmir from Physical Graffiti. From there, we're going to go into Dazed and Confused, and it's not going to be the 40-minute version. It's probably going to be roughly a 15, 20-minute version. So, of course, Page is going to go do his long, extended guitar cadenza with the violin bow, right? From there, everybody's going to kind of sit down, and the acoustic guitars come out. A little bit of Stairway to Heaven. Midway through, we're going to crank out the bombast, okay, and finish it all off the end of the set. And then for the encore, got to have A Whole Lot of Love. Nice rockin' 10-minute version, A Whole Lot of Love, right? Bring down the house. So that's how we're going to do this here. So let's reiterate. Black Dog, Immigrant Song. Song remains the same. Trampled Underfoot, The Rover, In the Evening, Achilles' Last Stand, In the Light, Since I've Been Loving You, Sick Again, Bring It On Home, Nobody's Fault But Mine, Over the Hills and Far Away, No Quarter, Houses of the Holy, Celebration Day, Kashmir, Dazed and Confused, Stairway to Heaven, and Whole Lot of Love as your encore. Boom! I mean, is that like that's a pretty rockin' heavy set, right? You got just enough of the big tunes. Sorry guys, I know we probably got some fans of rock and roll. I don't need rock and roll at the show, so I'm not going to put it in there. A couple other they're kind of like mainstay songs. We're not going to. I'd rather hear some of the rarities here in this particular set, and this for my dream set, right, my dream sequence, this is like a 2-night stint at JFK Stadium. So this is the night where they're going to play a lot of the, some of the cool, deeper cuts as well as some of the hits. And I think on the other show is where you'll get more of the normal set stuff, right? I know if you look at like the Nebworth concerts that they played in '79, there was a lot of what you'd normally expect, plus some deep stuff. Here it's a good chunk of deep stuff, plus some favorites, I would say. So there you have it. So for everybody watching, put together your Led Zeppelin dream set list in the comments below. Remember, just be creative. This is all about what you would like to see, right? So don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry about if they've played similar sets before. What's the set that you would love to see if you were the one pulling the strings and you were talking to the band saying, I want you guys to play this, all right? This is my show. This is the set list I want to see. So this would have been cool, right? And who knows what might have been had Bonham not died and they could have gone ahead with that tour and put together a set. I mean, probably wouldn't have been exactly like this in real life. Probably would have been closer to the Nebworth sets that they played, a year and a half prior. But who knows, right? Who knows? Visit us on the web at www.seatranquility.org. We're on Facebook, we're on Twitter. Of course, we're here on YouTube all the damn time. I do want to say thank you to Jim from Poobah for sending me this very cool shirt. All right, Poobah, the great U.S. kind of stoner rock, doom, psychedelic band, hard rock band from the 70s and still going strong today. So check them out if you haven't. Jim, thank you much. Appreciate it. And we'll see everybody real soon here on the channel. We've got Martin Popoff coming up momentarily, so stay tuned for that and a lot more over the weekend and into next week. Take care, everybody. Bye-bye.